Testing, 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 testing. Okay, microphone appears to be fine. Okay, awesome. Testing, testing. Microphone's working. Okay, all right. Good stuff, guys. Sorry about that. I had some microphone issues. Good thing I caught it before I actually started recording the video. So let's go ahead and start. Welcome to Dftg 1317, and this video is going to actually give you guys information on how to draw the foundation plan, okay? But first things first, let's go over into the modules. Just want to show you guys what I have. So into the modules, this is going to be your sample foundation plan, okay? So basically what you use this for is you'll actually use this to bring the notes in, but you know how I like to do it. I'm going to draw it. I'm going to actually drop dimensions on it so you guys can know how to draw it and dimension it. And then for the foundation details, you have foundation detail number 1. You'll just bring this into your drawing, scale it up, okay, like we talked about, like we've done in the past. And then we'll have foundation number 2. You bring it into your drawing, scale it up, and then reproduce these drawings. Now, however you like to reproduce them, that's fine. You could trace them, you could draw them. I just want them drawn, okay? That's not uncommon in the industry where we have details we only show them in PDF format. Um, we'll bring those in and we'll scale them up and we'll trace them. And then we'll actually apply layers and line thicknesses and things of that nature. And it's just as well as it being drawn, okay? The text, I want you guys to actually put the text in as well. We're going to use these details for our foundation design, okay? However, we talked about having an addendum to the wall section, and we will also have an addendum for this guy as well, because this is only one condition. As you see right here, we're showing for a brick ledge. And if you guys remember on our elevations, we're only showing a brick ledge on the front side of our building. So we'll have other locations where a brick ledge is not shown. So I will actually provide you guys some sketches so you can actually scan that in and draw a third detail, because you have this one, you have this one, and then you have another one that does not have a brick ledge, okay? But I know that's probably, and actually that's what this one right here is showing. It does not have a brick ledge, but I'll just put this in here because I wanted you guys to see what that was going to look like in 3D, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump back into the drawing. Again, this is going to be your go-by, guys. And you'll just have this to look at. Basically, what I want you guys to do with this is to actually just incorporate the text into our drawings, okay? I will actually include some text, but I want you to go ahead and add the text that's shown here in our drawing, because it's pretty much standard. Our slab type and our slab design is slab on grade. And for those of you who do not know what slab on grade is, I'll show it to you while it's under construction. If I can get my computer to do what I'm telling it to do, I'll show it to you. All right, there it is. So basically, slab on grade, you have two types. Well, there's many types of slabs, but you have a slab that's on the grade, meaning a slab that's on the ground. And then you can also have a foundation that's up on piers. You guys have seen the houses in the older neighborhoods, they're up on piers. Um, so yeah, those are the main two types that we would actually look at as regards residences. Whether the piers be 8 foot or whether the piers be 3 foot, it's still pier foundation design. But our slab is going to be similar to what we're showing here. It's going to be on the ground in the dirt. The proper terminology for that is slab on grade. Okay, so that's what we're going to actually draw today. And I'm trying to see if I can find another picture before they actually pour the concrete, so you can kind of see what it looks like. Here's a good one, but it's not giving me enough. It's just showing one row. I'd like to see the whole thing. See if I can find one. Here's a good one. So as you can see in this corner right here, these little trenches, these are called grade beams, okay? So at the edge of at the edge of your building, you'll have a grade beam, okay? See over here, this is a grade beam. That's the same thing that's right here, okay? So you'll have this portion that's going 1'6" deep into the ground, and this is where your exterior walls will be placed. The other ones that I showed let's go back to the modules here. This guy right here, okay? This is actually shown a section cut through the center of the slab, where we just have one grade beam and it's showing the foundation on each side of the slab. Again, I know this is, This is great to you guys. I know you guys are not familiar with architectural drawings and things of that nature or construction. Some of you are. But if you are not, fear not, we're just going to draw it out and you'll have a thorough understanding of slab design by the time we actually finish with the drawing. However, we're going to keep it to a minimalistic level because right now I don't want to get too much into the structurals because dealing with the slab, you can have multiple details, but for something like this course, which is an intermediate course, we'll just have those 3 slab foundation details, and then that'll be good enough. Okay, we're going to draw the slab and we're going to add notes to it. uh, 3,000 psi concrete. Yeah, we'll just add some notes and draw the slab. And it's really not as complex as it may sound or as it may look. And you guys will actually get an idea of that as I actually jump right into the drawing here. Okay. So first things first, you're going to open up your main drawing where you have your first and second floor plans drawn. And like we've done with everything else, you're going to copy them down, okay? Because this is where we're going to actually include our slab design. So let's go ahead and copy that down. We copied it down here the last time when we actually did the interiors, okay? And really, all you really need is, you really just need the first floor plan, okay? Because that's where the slab is going to be shown. That's the only thing that the slab is going to affect is the first floor plan, right? So let's go ahead and just delete all of that. And what you're going to do with this is you're going to come here, right click, and let's go ahead and select similar. Right, let's see. There it is. And make sure you unhighlight all of the others by holding down shift and just unhighlight all of the others because you do not want to get rid of the other dimensions. This is just a quick way to turn the dimensions. You don't want to turn them off because we're going to have some different dimensions for the foundation, but you do want to actually delete those that are there, okay? And you want to kind of go in and just delete stuff like that. Or actually, you can leave it. So what we're going to do, I don't know why these didn't delete. I don't think they have them on the right layer. Well, they are, but they didn't delete. So just delete any stragglers that you may have. Okay, now what I want you guys to do is we are going to draw a outline of the slab. Okay, so this is not the slab. This is a building overhang. So I'm going to delete that so we don't get confused. I'm just going to go ahead and take these off because they're bothering me. They're in my way. Yeah, just go ahead and delete these guys. Let's check the sound. Sound appears to be good. Everything is recording as is. Yes, perfecto. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and delete this guy right here. All right. Now, let's go ahead and type in, let's type in PL for polyline. Okay, let's type in PL for polyline. And let's go ahead and change the layer. Let's put it on something that we can see. Just right now, let's see if we have anything for slab. A site setback, a site. And we have these layers in the actual modules that you guys can go and set your layers up, okay? S foundation dim, S foundation footing if they're not set in, S foundation slab edge, that's the one that I'm looking for now. Let's go ahead and see if we can find it, S foundation slab edge. If you don't have these layers in your drawing, you can go ahead and create them. You guys should know how to do that. We've done it multiple times up to this point, right? So let's go and see if we can find S foundation slab edge. And there it is, right there. Okay. So now what you want to do is you want to draw a polyline around the exterior of the slab. This is our brick ledge that we talked about a few minutes ago. And this is what you're going to use to actually draw your slab, right? So you click here. You want to click here. And then you want to click right here. Okay. Now take this guy. Let's move it down. All right. So there's your footprint. Okay. So first things first, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and establish the fact that our grade beams are going to run, let's just say, and I'm going to change this to red, so because we need to determine how grade beams are running. Typically, your grade beams, and I'll go back to the image so you guys can understand. Or did I get rid of it? I did. Aye, aye, aye. Grade beams. We'll do slab on grade beams. Yes. Okay. Let's see if we can pull up a little bit more images here, because I want to kind of show you guys as we go through it what's what. Okay, it's like this slab. This is a slab that's on a pier system. We don't have that. Ours is on the ground, i.e. slab on grade. So we had a good picture earlier showing the grade beams. Let's see if we can find another one here. I think, yeah, this is a good one here. Okay, so these are your grade beams. Okay, these are your grade beams. What's in the grade beam is your rebar, your number 5 rebar. Typically, you'll have 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. We'll draw ours like that. We're not going to do anything too strenuous there. Okay, I just want to show you what the. So when they come in and they pour the concrete on top of all of this, you'll have these grade beams that's dug out, and they typically are dug 1 foot 6 inches down into the soil, and then 1 foot 6 inches. Most of the time, they're 1 foot 6 inches in width, or maybe a foot in width. It just depends on the structural load bearing of the foundation. Okay, so just wanted to kind of keep you guys familiarized with that. I'll leave this up just in case if we have to come back to it. But yeah, there's another grade beam right there. They dig all of this stuff out and then they pour the concrete like we're showing here. Okay, it's really a good experience to actually go and see this while they're pouring the concrete. But at any rate, if you're not in the industry, that's something that you probably won't see. Now, typically grade beams run the shortest distance, okay? So, and typically they're like 4 feet apart. So let's say if we had a grade beam here, and I'm gonna draw them in red, and we'll come back and we'll apply, okay? Now, on this side of the building, you'll have a grade beam. Let's go ahead and trim this one. You have a grade beam that's gonna run from right here to here because this is the shortest distance. So typically what I like to do is I will come right here and I will offset this 4 feet. Let's see, DI. Or maybe we could go a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, the minimum is 4 feet. We could actually go a little bit wider. Let's see if we can determine, you know, what they have their grade beams at. That image that we was looking at right here. So typically they have theirs drawn at about 8 foot. You know what? Let's keep ours at about 10 or 12. Let's see how that looks. Because it's just a standard house, not inches. Yeah, let's keep them at 10 feet. Yeah, awesome. All right, let's see if we can, let's just do it like this. A lot of times let's take this. This is what I'll do. I'll draw one here. And I'll trim this line. Then I'll draw one here. Then I'll take these two and mirror it. I'll take this one and mirror it. Yeah. No. Then I'll take this guy and come back. And so there's our grade beam there. And you guys will see what I'm going to do in a second here. Now, you want to do the same thing here. So what did we do? We did 9 foot 5 and a half. Okay, so we'll do the same thing here. Let's see. So you take this. Okay. So there is going to be how your grade beams are going to be laid out. Somebody said, why we just didn't do a long one? Because these grade beams, they can only span so far, and it's always rule of thumb to keep them spanning the shortest distance. So instead of having one spanning from here to here, you just go ahead and span them this way, which goes from here to here. And typically that is about what? Because I've seen them go long. That's about 23, 24 feet, okay? I've seen them go long, but this is perfect right here, okay? So now what we want is, we need to offset these guys. The thickness of that grade beam is going to be, let's just say 1 foot. So let's offset these guys to be, let's do 6 inches both ways. Offset 6 inches. Just say it's 1 foot, something like that, right? And I like them to be a little bit thicker. So let's go 9 and 9. That gives us a 1'6" or 1'8". Let's see. Let's go 9 and 9. Let's say 9 inches. Yeah. Then you're going to do this just like this. And we'll go back and we'll put them on layers. And I think this one is going to go something like this. Yes. Because what's happening is you're going to have that same thing on the edge. So let's go offset again, 9 inches. And we'll come back and we'll define the lines. We'll come back and we'll define them later. Okay. So now let's clean it up. And we're going to apply the layers. Okay. We'll clean these guys up, then we'll apply the layers. Okay. So just come clean it up around the edge. And typically what I'll do is, I can do structural designs, but typically what I do is, when we do have a structural engineer on board, I will design a structural slab and I'll say, hey, this is what we have in mind. Can you, take a look at it and put your expertise on it, if you will. And a lot of times they'll do that, and in most cases it's their job to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, me being me, and having some structural experience and having designed several structural slabs when I was doing military contracts. I actually know what the requirements are. And a lot of times they're like, yeah, this is going to work fine, So let's go ahead and just clean it up. And I was trying to find some of those military drawings to actually use one of those structural slabs that I had designed. But it's just, I think they are in storage somewhere. I'm not sure. Now, what you're going to do is, let's go ahead and take that center line out of all of them. Take the center line out. Take the center line out. Take all the centers out. And I'm still trying to make my mind up on this one. Let me just get my mind wrapped around what I actually want to do there. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and take the centers out. Now let's go ahead and clean these guys up. Okay, so you click here, then you click here, and you click here. And these lines that I'm drawing, they're all going to be on a separate layer from the exterior footprint. And you'll see exactly what I mean once we get there, okay? Because I'm thinking this guy, you know what, guys? Let's do another 6 inches on the edge, because right now we're only showing 9 when we're going to have them at 1 foot. 1'8". Yeah, let's do 1'8". So offset them another 9. Yeah, that's how it should look. You guys will see once once I'm done with it. So you're getting the crash course on foundation design, and you'll see it's not really hard to do. You just have to know the certain principles of things, okay? Yeah, there it is. Now we can take this and delete that, okay? Offset. Take this and delete that. Take that and delete it. Take this and delete it. This and delete it. Take this and delete it. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy. Okay, now let's clean them up. So use your trim command, TR, spacebar to activate it. Let's go ahead and clean that up. Let's go ahead and clean this up. Right now, everything is on the slab edge, but I'm going to see if there's one that's been created that is not on the slab edge. So it'll actually tell us, okay, slab beam, and it should be a dash. It should be on a dash layer if it is created. But we'll see once we get there. So let's go ahead and clean it up just like this. It should start coming together just like that. All right, yeah. See, sometimes you just have to make executive decisions. Let's see, stretch. Let's move these guys. It doesn't have to be 100% symmetrical, even though I like things to be that way. Sometimes everything is not going to be that way. All right. Yeah, that's it right there. Let's go ahead and extend them right here. Let's clean this up here. Okay. Let's clean this up right here. Let's clean this up right here. Okay. Let's see. Trim that. Perfecto. Okay. Let's extend this, extend that. And I think everything is okay. Now, S foundation slab. Let's see if we have one S foundation text. S foundation footing. Let's see. Yeah, see it's dash line, so that's perfect. That's what we want. Let's stick 2 by layer, okay? So those lines should be dashed. However, the scale is off. Let's change the scale to like 10 or something. Let's change it to 20 because we want them to show up really good. 25. All right, now let's go ahead and match the properties, MA. So come here and all of these are going to be gray, including these. Because this indicates the gray beam, right? The dug beams that we were looking at in the images before we actually started drawing. This is what it looks like. Okay. So there is your foundation. Okay, now when we go back and we look at this guy right here, okay, we have to show that brick ledge, all right? So it's 5.5 inches. So we have brick shown where on our drawing? We have brick right here on the front side, right? If you go back to the elevations, or if you just go back to the floor plan, there's brick right there and right there only. So we have to have a brick ledge on that front side. So right here, you don't offset out. You go offset and then you go 5-1/2 inches. You're gonna offset this in just like that. Okay. So that's your brick ledge. You can leave it. I would actually come here and trim it up. And then just delete these because I think it just, yeah. And then draw a line right here. Trim it up. And that's the properties. And then what I want to do is let's draw a rectangle around this. And we'll come back and we'll hatch it. Okay. Let's go hatch. And just select inside of there. I think just change the scale to try 30. Yeah, something like that. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to take into account where all of the exterior doors are. So you have a door here. This is a door, and then this is a door. Okay, so let's select all of the doors. Reason being is because that portion of the slab is going to be raised up. So let's come and copy the doors down. And you want to come copy it with a base point based on this edge. And then just come and click on this edge. This is going to tell us where all of our doors are. So we have a door here, okay? And typically the only place we'd actually show it raised up is right up in here. Because we're showing a brick ledge there. Let's see. So what you want to do is you want to come draw a line here. And you want to come in, let's see, this is the door here. We'll draw a line here. Now you can delete the door, okay? I think these doors are fine because there's no brick ledge there, so it's going to be the same elevation. But here, because there's a brick ledge, let's see, let's draw a rectangle. And the brick ledge is a drop down, right? So TR, and just trim the hatch right there. And then go ahead and take the rectangle out, and then hit TR and trim this guy here, just like that. All right. Then you want to put that on about layer so it's not red. Okay, yeah, absolutely. And then MA. All right. And then you want to come here and trim it. Okay. Because the brick, and let me see if I can find the image to show you guys. Brick ledge at door. See if I can find the image to show it to you guys. See, he's showing one there, but it's not clear. Stop it. It's doing stuff I'm not telling it to do. So anyway, I can make you guys understand. So you see how the brick ledge, it actually drops down like 1.5 inches. This is your slab edge right here. This is your finished floor, right? This line right here. And then it drops down 1.5 inches to house the brick. Okay, well, where there is a door, you don't have that drop down because there's going to be a door there. Okay, so that's why we show it like this on the foundation plan. Okay, because we need to show, hey, this elevation is, and we'll you know, let's just type it out, TEXT. In fact, let's copy some text down so we have something up here. Yeah, let's copy this down. I want you guys to understand what you're drawing, okay, instead of just drawing it. So typically you would say E.L. for elevation, and you would say minus think we're showing it at 1.5 inches. I like to typically show it as more than that, but it's the 1.5 inches. We'll just leave it as what's called out in the detail. Okay. EL minus 1-1/2 inch. Okay. So you'll take that and you'll place that on your brick ledge, right? And you'll take this and place this to show that it's minus 1.5 inches from the finished floor. Then you would come here, copy this guy, and then you place it right here, and it'll say EL 0 foot 0 inches, grade 0 foot 0, EL 0 foot 0 inches, grade, or finished floor. Okay. And you would actually take that and copy that all around your foundation plan. This is where your finished floor is going to be, right? So, or this is what your finished floor. All finished floor elevations are noted at 0 foot 0 inches. Okay. So we'll take one and we'll place it right here, and we'll take one and we will drop it right there, and then put another one right there. And typically, I like to just copy these around because you want it to be well understood. Even though most contractors, that's something that they don't typically get wrong. But they are contractors, and you have to take that into account, right? So just copy it around. And there's no strategy to it as long as it's copied around on the drawing. That's all that matters, actually. But I do like to kind of have aesthetics. Make sure your drawings actually look legible and professional. So let's just put them in the centers here. And then, yeah, we have these. Let's line these up in the center. Okay. Let's take this one and just move it to the center here. And then we'll just put 3 on there. Okay. Yeah, so let's just take one and let's place it like right here, then just move this one, midways between those two. Okay, so this door, there's no, the way the condition works where there is siding, the siding goes down. If you go back to your section drawing, you'll see the siding actually goes down and goes by the exterior of the slab. So there's no slab edge to house the siding because it's attached to the building with nails, right? As for the brick, we have to actually have a brick ledge to house the brick, okay? And then we'll, again, I'm going to have some addendas, guys. Like, we may do addendas for final. Okay, when I say addendas, there's an update we have to make to our wall section, and there's going to be some updates that we'll have to make to our details. So I may just draw those out and have you guys do that for final, but let's talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of this door. Get rid of this door. Now, another thing you like to show on the slab is you want to show where the plumbing stub-ups would be. Okay, so typically you would take like what's in the kitchen, all right, and you would copy that down. You would take like what's in the bathroom. Just copy all of this down. I'm going to show you guys exactly how it should look. Just grab this. You really just need to show where the drains are. And that's just at the first floor. The second floor is going to be a framing plan. It's going to be a little bit different from the first floor, okay? So let's go ahead and copy this down. And the best thing to do is just click on a copy, a specified point, and just copy this stuff down like this. Boom. Okay. So now we can take this and delete that. Take this and delete that. And let's go ahead and delete that out of there. All right. And what I like to do is let's make sure that is the only restroom on the first floor. Yeah, so we have a sink here. So let's take this and copy it down. Okay. And we'll just keep it simple. There's a lot more details I could put into this, guys, but I just want to keep it simple, right? Because typically, unless you're a structural engineer, all right, you won't have to worry about these types of drawings. All right, so just go ahead and delete that as long as you have something there. And let's explode this. Let's go ahead and delete that. And let's delete this and delete that. And go ahead and delete. Yeah, delete this. Okay. Let's undo that. All right. So what you want to do here is you just want to hatch this out. So you want to type in hatch, H for hatch, and then let's just hatch this out. Oh, it's not going to close it there. Okay. Typically, you can actually come here and just draw a rectangle. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to show on your foundation plan, like what's what, okay? Go ahead and explode it. Let's go ahead and delete these lines because they're not closed anyway. Yeah. And press hatch and actually let's change this scale on the hatch because it's just going to print black. Let's see what 10 looks like. Yeah, 10 is fine. So MA. Let's see. I'm going to do something here. Function F8 arc. This is a little bit tough for you guys. I'm not asking you guys to do this. What I did was a polyline. But that's a little bit advanced for you guys. You guys can just draw a circle and put it here. Then let's go hatch. And then what you want to do is you want to tell it to select the objects. Instead of pick points, select the objects. Then select the object that I just drew. And now there you have your hatch. Okay. And this is basically designations to let the guy that's building the slab know that, hey, we have plumbing stub-ups here. Okay, we have plumbing stub-ups here. So let's type in H for hatch. And we can actually pick points here. So pick points. Okay. And same thing here, hatch. Just pick the points. Okay. And then go back and just match it to the slab edge layer and make sure it's on the slab edge layer. All of these. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, let's look at the one that we actually are going to look at. So basically now we just want to dimension things, right? Oh, it's pretty much drawn. We're not going to show a hatch in here. But if you look right here, you can tell this is where a door, they have a brick ledge all the way around their building. And you can tell right here that there's a door there. You can tell right here that there's something going there because it's on the same elevation as the finished floor elevation. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and maybe we do want to show something around the edge. And I think we have that hatched out just fine. Uh, yeah, let's go ahead and dimension this bad boy. So what you want to do is you want to select dimensions, and that is A-plan dimensions. Let's go to A-plan dimensions, that layer. All right, go to A-plan dimension, and let's come here, select dimension. And what we want to do is you want to go from here, let's go from here, and turn your F8 on, function F8. All right, so go from here to here. You have your 1'6", and make sure that you have it set to by layer, okay? And it's just like we dimensioned the floor plan. So we're gonna go from here to here, 7'2½". Then let's change it here now, MA. Okay, so let's go back. So we got from here to here. And just add your dimensions in. Okay. It doesn't matter if they're a little bit off. It doesn't have to be symmetrical, as I was stating earlier. You do want to make sure that you are, dimensioning to the right points and not snapping to something that you don't want to snap to. Okay, so now you go here to here. Okay, and you come from right here. So let's see if we are still recording. Testing, testing. Okay, we are still recording. Awesome, 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 awesome. And this is how I want you to dimension it. Okay, I'm gonna just show you guys how to do it, because this is foundation, so it's a little bit different from floor plan, but the principles and techniques are the same as regards dimensioning itself. You guys, I don't expect you guys to know what dimension or what to dimension. That's why I'm actually putting these dimensions in here on the video, because you always will do a string of dimensions that dimensions the components, because you need to tell the contractor where to dig the grade beams. Then you need to do an overall dimension, right? So you come here, and you do an overall dimension, right? And you do the same thing all the way around, okay? You do the same thing all the way around. So, in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and just drop them in, okay? Try to be consistent with your dimension spacing away from your building. Okay. And you would just go all the way around your building dimensioning your grade beams first. You want to make sure you have the proper spacing on the grade beams again, so the contractor can know where to dig the grade beams. You have to give him that dimension. And as stated, most of the time architects don't draw this, but I've had some experience drawing them. Okay, and in most cases you'll just send it off to a structural engineer. Unless it's a very small project and it doesn't require a license, then yeah, you can actually just design it yourself and get this approved for yourself. But in most of the projects that I've worked on, I've worked with structural engineers. I would typically go ahead and design out the slab just to get my mind wrapped around, how the design of the foundation is going to be, because I've got some experience in actually designing them. I kind of actually know what the structural engineers are going to put into it. So, if they say, hey, well, this is not going to work, well, at least I'm on board with them and I know why they're saying things are not going to work. So you just do the same thing, okay? And over here, you would like that. And you show this over here. And okay. And let's see, for this guy, let's go ahead and do the same thing. So we'll have a dimension that will go from here to here. Let's go ahead and let's do a dimension from here to here. And typically they'll know where this landing is based on the door locations that you dimension on your floor plan. Okay, right here. Okay, they have these dimensions to show the placement of the center point of that door. So you don't have to worry about actually dimensioning it here. They'll just go to the floor plan and see where the door is. They'll look at that first, and then they'll actually mark it off while they're actually digging the forms for the slab. They'll mark all of this stuff off. And then what you have is you have what's known as a pre-pour inspection. You go out to the site and you meet with the contractors and you inspect the slab, inspect the grade beams. You want to inspect the rebars, making sure that they have the right rebars in there. You want to inspect all of the seats that's housing the welding wire fabric, make sure none of them have the capacity to actually, be moved out of the way or turned over. Let's see. Okay. You bring this right here. All right, now, next thing, you need to go ahead and do overall, just at this section. And because we have these walls, just because we have these breaks in the building like this, we'll do a third overall. Okay, so you'll go from here all the way to right here. Okay. Make sense? And then for this guy, you'll do the same thing. I'd say just dimensions. You would come right here, and you would go from here to slab edge. and you go from here to here, 1'6", and then you go from here. You go from here to here. Then you go from here to here, 1'6". Okay. Now what you want to do at this point is you want to go ahead and give an overall. So you want to go from, let's just say, from right here to right here. Drop something like that right there. Okay. So there's the extent of your slab edge. Okay. Outside of the notes that I want you guys to copy from this drawing, okay, I just want you to copy these notes. Let's see. Yeah, just copy these notes. Make sure you're placing on the drawing and pointing to what they're pointing to. In fact, let me go to it and let me just let me review some of the notes, because maybe, let's see. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about the floor joists. We'll use that for second floor. Okay. Double top plates, low bearing wall. In fact, we don't have any decks. We don't have any beams. We're not showing the smoke alarm on the foundation design. I don't know what that's about. I do want you to put the hot water heater in, okay? I want the floor drain in. You can put this all in the washroom. Put the sump pump in, the water heater, HRV, okay? Don't worry about these notes regarding this rough end pipe. And don't worry about the other notes as well. I don't think, only thing I want you to do is call out the foundation wall. Ours 1'6". So what we'll do is, yeah, what we'll do is, I'll just put it in the drawing. That way you can just actually copy me and don't worry about that. Because what what I like to show is, okay, you come here and where is our, let's see. What are we calling stuff out at? So yeah, just copy this. Right click. Uh-oh. All right, so yeah, let's copy this. Just click copy. And just bring this down here. Okay, let's take this and copy it. Then rotate it. Then move it. And then you'll come here, you'll say grade beam or grade B dot M dot 1 foot dash 6 inches. Okay, and then you'll come here, you'll say draw LE, type in LE for a leader, draw a leader here, then you'll draw a leader here. And you want to match the leader that we just copied, right? But then we're going to change it because that leader head is just way too big. Okay. If you match a leader and the line is not long enough, it's not going to show. So what you got to do is you got to take this line and then drag it out some. Then what we're going to do is we want to change this arrow size. Change it to a let's just say 10 inches. Yeah, I think 10 inches is better. So MA. So you can match this one. Now you should be able to take this and actually touch the grade beam. Take this and actually touch the grade beam, right? So now you can take this and you can copy it around, okay? So you can copy it right here. Now you can take this and you can copy this right here again, just to kind of call it out. Yeah. Right? Then you can take this, just copy this and this, take it and drag it to over here, okay? And then you can take this, copy, and just kind of move it to the center of the bay here, something like this, maybe. Then type in LE. Let's draw a leader here. And let's draw another leader right here. What you want to do is try to line them up. They don't have to be perfect, but try and make sure that they are lined up if you can. Sometimes it just makes it difficult to do things. Okay, now you get a match property, select this leader. Let's go ahead and select that leader. Okay, now we can copy this around, right? Just place it again right here. Okay, now we can take this grade beam, copy it down some. We don't have to call all the grade beams out, but you're going to try to call as many out as you can without having the drawing read as illegible. Okay, so LE, this is a grade beam here. You want to match this guy. Okay, and then you want to copy this up here. Actually, we're calling that one out. We need to probably call one more out over here. Copy. The LE. So now you want to take this and then select that. Okay. Then you want to come here, copy this up. And you want to just say slab on grade, slab on grade, and then copy it down. 3,000 PSI, 3,000 pounds per square foot. So just type in 3,000 PSI. Like I said, there's a ton of notes that I could put on here, but again, we know you guys are not structural engineers, so we're not going to add all of that. But we will add enough for, let's just say, a contractor to look at it and be like, okay, they know what they're doing. You have to give them enough. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Place that right there. So there is essentially your slab design. Okay, there's your foundation design, quick and in a nutshell. There's tons of other things we can call it out on here, but this is good enough. We could call out several things, but this is good enough. Okay, this is good enough. Now, I want to take this right here and copy it around as well. All right, I want to let them know that this is all finished floor. Finished floor. Finished floor. Finished floor. You got one there. You got one there already. Elevation, finished floor. Okay, you have to let them know. So it's, if you don't let them know, they will find a way to make some money. If that makes sense. So now there is etext 2. That's fine. Leave it on etext 2. Because I know that there is a, let's go here. Let's see if there is a note for S foundation text. Okay, let's stick to the strip. Okay, let's put that on there. Okay, then just match it. Because you want that to be, all of these small text, you want that to read the same. And then the text that's larger, we want to actually just put it on that layer. Leave it a little bit bigger. No sense in making it the same size a lot. I want that to stand out. Okay. Delete that one. There's too many. Overkill. Okay. So you want to put this all on the same layer. And actually, leave that on etext too, the big guys, the gray beans. We'll leave that called out. We don't have to change that. Okay. But what they'll do is they'll look at this and they say, okay, what's this? This is in the kitchen. They know that this is in the washroom. Typically, I would give them like a dimension from the center. Let's hit to the edge. Okay, give them a dimension. Okay. And then I typically do something like that. So to show that it's 2 foot, 1.5 inches away from the wall. Actually, I don't like that. Let's do this. Let's take this one out, delete it. And now we need to tell it, okay, we have here, okay. And we have from here to the edge of the building here. Okay, that'll tell them that'll tell them how to actually place their plumbing stub-ups, okay? So from the edge of the slab here, it's 5'9", and these are spaced 1 foot 3 apart, and then it's 2.5, okay? For the plumbing fixtures, let's see, we would probably do the same thing here. Okay, let's go, let's tell them where it's located. And you probably have to go from, I should have went the other way with that one. From here, let's just say to here. I probably should have took this the other way. Can move it down just a little bit. Take this and drag it to the center. Yeah. That'll tell them where that stub up is. Okay. If you don't put it, they'll be calling you, asking you to send them a drawing with dimension stub ups, and that's a part of the game. It's not. I've seen it done before. Okay. It's just part of the game. So from here to here, and then you want to actually draw another dimension from here to right here. Okay. To tell them exactly where it is. let's do something like that. Yeah. And as for these, let's just go from the center here to this wall, 22 foot 10, and then you could go from here to here. All right. Same thing from here to here. So you're basically just telling them, hey, this is where the plumbing stub-ups are. Then if they have any questions, you can actually do just a one drawing with just dimensions for plumbing stub-ups. It just depends, okay? So actually, let's put one more here. The more information you give, the better in most cases. In some cases, they could bite you, but you guys will have to experience that. But there's your foundation design. Okay, everything's set up on a layer. That's basically how I want you to design it. Now, as stated, for these guys, okay, you'll come in, scale this up and reproduce this one. And you'll come in, you'll scale this up and reproduce this one. Now, for this one, I want you to go ahead and draw the brick in here. Okay, you can go ahead and draw the brick in here and type up all the text, okay? So that's pretty much it for your foundation design, guys. You guys are doing really good. Oh, one last thing. Let's do this, because we need to show where those details are going to be cut. So we'll take this guy here and copy it down, because we need to show this on the foundation plan. Okay, so we're going to have one cut that's cutting through the brick wall, right? And then we'll have another cut. And we'll go back and label these later, but right now I want to show that at least we are acknowledging where the section cuts are. Rotate that one and rotate this guy and center it, or just clean it up a little bit, something like that. And let's go ahead and move this guy over. Yeah, let's move it over. You want to place that right there. And actually this should be another way, so explode it. Bah. Now this, you need to rotate it, because it should be like this, okay? Then you should take this and move it down. And then you want to take it and move it over, okay? So we'll have a cut there, and then we'll have another one. So this is at the brick. This one we're going to do as an addenda, okay? So let's go ahead and copy this over. And we need to show one, let's just say right here, okay? This guy right here is actually this guy right here, okay? So actually move it up some just to clean it up. I don't like things to overlap. You want to keep your drawings as clean as possible, okay? All right, so actually before we actually print the set, we'll go in, and once we get things set up on the sheet, we'll go back and put the sheet numbers in there, because these tell us up, and I copied it. I mean, I moved it instead of copied it. I meant to copy it. So let's copy this one back over here. And let's move it down just a little bit, just for clarity. Okay. All right. So there is your foundation design in a nutshell. Okay. Again, it's in its simplest form. There are a lot of notes that we could add, but right now this course is an intermediate course. So I just wanted you guys to get a general idea of how you would actually produce a foundation design and what each component is to that design, okay? So good stuff, guys. Keep up the good work. I'll have this video uploaded for you shortly. Thank you, and I appreciate you all. Have a blessed day.